Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan Live Edition. How are we doing today on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday here, where we are still on the verge of free agency frenzy, 2 days in right now, and the Cardinals have not completely made a peep at all. So we're here to talk about all the moves that has happened so far for the Arizona Cardinals, which isn't very much, but we're going to talk about it here, what you guys want to see, what I would like to see, and really kind of figuring out what's happening right now with this Arizona Cardinal team, or not just the Arizona Cardinal team, but the NFL in general, when we have a lot of big free agent names out there still available to be picked up. And there's still a lot of people available. So it's absolutely crazy right now. Definitely pandemonium going on. So we are going to go ahead and if we have time, we will open up the phone lines a little later on into the stream. But I want to definitely dive into this and talk a little bit of free agency and as to like what's going on here. The number one thing that has happened today so far in terms of changes that's happened for the Arizona Cardinals is going to be none other than Kelvin Beachum. He ended up signing a 2-year contract with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, whether you say, I don't like it, or yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I think that if we can just solidify our offensive line, that's really all I care about. Now, in my personal opinion, I do think he's going to play the right tackle position. Now, this is just all speculations. Now, he did that last year, and he seemed to be very, very good at it. So I think he's going to go back in that position. Now, as far as right guard goes, I heard some things going on. There's some rumblings, something about Josh Jones might be moving into the guard position. We don't quite yet know, but if you're asking who's Josh Jones, we ended up picking up, in the 3rd round last year in the draft. So we still have him to trying to get better. He's still trying to get better and trying to be a focal point in this offensive line. But that, for the most part, is it. Usually I like to go ahead and talk about, the first 20 minutes or the first 10 to 15 minutes about the updates that happen for this Arizona Cardinal team. And that is it. That's all that happened. The Arizona Cardinals, along with a lot of other teams in the NFL, the fans are pretty much waiting patiently. We're waiting for every opportunity to see who's going to be a free agent pickup for their team. We're pretty much doing that. I don't know if you guys seen that meme, but basically the one that little guy's poking the stick, poking like the logo, like the Arizona Cardinal logo with the stick and saying, come on, do something. That's pretty much how everybody's feeling right now. And that's like the best way to describe what's happening throughout the entirety of the NFL. It's super, super weird, especially with big players out there, just such as Juju Smith-Schuster, such as Kenny Golladay, a lot of big name players out there. And also, if you look at the DB position, there's still some really, really good DBs out there. So we'll dive into all that different stuff here shortly. Shout out to everybody who's been on the chat here, who's been already talking in the chat below. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real MVP. Thank you so very much for being here on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday where we're talking about day 2 of free agency. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what everybody has to say. A couple other things I wanted to mention here. I know on yesterday's stream, I was talking about some DBs that I really want the Arizona Cardinals to pursue. One of them was being Shaq Griffin. Now, if you didn't know already, Shaq Griffin has been taken off of free agent market. He ended up getting picked up by the Jaguars. It seemed like the Seahawks were trying to do everything in their possible, ability to bring them back. Bring him back, but he ended up choosing the Jaguars. They were most likely offering him more. So that is the main reason why he is coming back with the, that's why he chose to go to the Jaguars as opposed to going back to the Seattle Seahawks, which honestly, I'm happy with. Anything that affects negatively anybody in our division, I'm right there 100% for. Now, another big notable key piece that was out there was none other than Rodney Hudson, a center that was released from the Raiders. Now, I do follow a Raiders guy on my YouTube channel. Like, we have some connections within YouTube. I follow him, and he was very, very upset. He was very upset because Rodney Hudson was let go. Now, granted, he's 31. There was a lot of confusion as to why this happened, but word came out a little later on about Rodney Hudson wanting to get released from the Raiders, which is absolutely nuts. He's definitely a Pro Bowl caliber type of center. And honestly, the first thing I did on my Instagram was I put it automatically. I was like, we need to get this guy. I put it on my Twitter. We need to get this guy. Arizona Cardinals, look to see. We need to get this guy. I think it's very apparent. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, he might be injury prone. He's older. But let's be honest, guys, our options that we have right now with Mason Cole, if we're going to be rolling with Mason Cole, I would so much rather have Rodney Hudson as our center. We need to protect Kyler Murray. It's absolutely imperative. But we do got our first super chat of the night, none other than Jacob Roberts with a $14.99 donation. My guy, let me go ahead and give you the quick dab. I appreciate you. He says, we still have a couple of big negotiations going on. Just be patient. I love that. Okay, perfect. And that's what I was just going to mention a little earlier. I'm sorry, a little later on into the stream too, where technically free agency, or at least the new year, doesn't start till tomorrow. Like, that was my expectations going into free agency. Like, we're not going to get any news until Wednesday. And I should have known that there was that legal tampering time where everybody can start talking to those free agents. And it did start on Monday. That's where we started to hear a lot of people getting, dwindled down, especially on Monday more than today. But also keep that in mind, guys. Technically, free agency, at least pen to paper, they're not able to sign pen to paper until tomorrow. So we can still very well see new players coming tomorrow. Now, if you have not quite hit that bell, that notification bell on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, make sure you do that, because I will be most likely posting most videos of new players that are coming into the Arizona Sports Fan, Arizona Cardinals here on this YouTube page. So really excited about a lot of stuff that's going on here for the Arizona Cardinals. We do have some cap space that we can have wiggle room with, but I do think that there might be some sort of negotiation with Patrick Peterson. I don't know. A lot of people were reaching out to me on Instagram, sending me kind of screenshots and basically a post that Patrick Peterson ended up, I don't know. He ended up putting something on there saying like his mood was really good, and there was a picture of him and a Cardinal uniform. I don't know. I personally don't like looking too much into that type of stuff. I know that's like the sneaky way of players telling their fans that something good is happening. I get it. But he might come back. That would be cool. It seemed like that might be the trend that the Arizona Cardinals are doing. They're seeming to prioritize the players that they need to sign back. And that's cool. That's absolutely awesome. I definitely have no problem, especially with Kelvin Beachum coming back at right tackle. He did a really good job last year, so I'm glad he came back. Dennis Gardick is coming back. Really happy about that. Marcus Golden also coming back because he wants to be here. Andy Lee, just to kind of mention a few people here. So really excited about all that aspect of it all. But I do want to see some new talent coming in here. I definitely want to see some new talent in here, because the truth of the matter is, if Steve Keim really thinks that signing J.J. Watt is going to take us over the hump and make us playoff or even Super Bowl contenders, he really needs to evaluate this team a little bit better, because I think the truth of the matter is that we have three big needs still. It's going to be that center position. Like, if I were to say, like, not offensive line, but specifically focus on a specific spot in the offensive line, it's going to be center. I'm going to say it's center. So it would be center. It would be the wide receiver number 2, as well as DB. I still think DB is absolutely important for this Arizona Cardinal team to move forward. Even if we do get, Patrick Peterson back, I still think it's very important to get some young talent, because Patrick Peterson probably would sign a 1 to 2 year deal if he did come back with the Cardinals. But I don't know. That's kind of where we're standing at right now with the whole aspect of it all. But I do love the message here that Jacob Roberts is saying we still have a couple big negotiations going on. Just be patient. I love that. Thank you so very much, Jacob. I definitely appreciate that, my guy. Let me go ahead and keep on talking here. Now, I know a lot of people automatically were talking about the fact of the matter of Rodney Hudson. Now, what I was trying to do, I was trying to see if I can get one of my Raiders guys on here to see if he can go ahead and give us a little bit of information on Rodney Hunson. Now, if I could do that, that would be absolutely amazing, because I would love to kind of to see a little sneak peek of what he can offer the Arizona Cardinals, if that's something that can definitely happen. So let me do that real quick before we move on. I think it's very, very important to kind of, especially for free agents that we're really, really taking a look to see, like, hey, that might be a guy that like we can really get. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not get the opportunity to see if we can bring a Raiders guy on here and see if we can talk to him here. So give me 1 second here. Bear with me. All right, we'll take it to the comments here. I know there's a lot of people asking if we're going to open up the phone lines. We most likely probably will, probably within the last 30 minutes to 20 minutes of the stream. We probably most likely will do that. I'm just trying to see if we can go ahead and squeeze in here a Raiders guy that knows his his team more than anything, and that's going to be Rodney Hudson being released. Obviously, I want to definitely take a look into what he has to say because it's absolutely important to really figure out what's going on here. Let me go ahead and read to the comments here. Joshua says Hudson was graded as a top 10 center last year, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Hudson is very, very good. Very, very good. So I would love the opportunity to bring him in. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are kind of like, nervous about the whole situation because he's up there in age. And the whole injury prone aspect always kind of, freaks people out. But I think the truth of the matter, guys, is we really got to take a look at our position that we want to fill. And obviously he would be a dynamite player to go ahead and pick up here. So give me 1 second. I'm sending over the link. I think he might be able to kind of come in. 1 second here, guys. I apologize about that. I probably should have done this earlier. I just kind of had this idea like out of a whim right now. But I feel like this would be kind of a cool option to bring him on here, at least for 5 minutes, to talk some Rodney Hudson and to see like what's going on within that Raider team. All right, cool. 1 second, y'all. Definitely 1 second. All right, let me keep reading onto the comments here to see if we can go ahead and bring them on. If not, then we'll just basically jump into the next topic, which is going to be a lot of players that are still available. We'll take it to the comments, and if there is time, we will basically be opening it up to the phone lines, and we'll see what happens from there. Honestly, this basically can go any which way. We have a lot of different things to talk about today. Larry Fitzgerald is another important one. Like, what's happening with Larry Fitzgerald is absolutely crazy to me that Larry Fitzgerald is still in a situation that we're in right now. We do got Isaac Olivas with a $1 donation. Let me give you the quick dab, my guy. Thank you so very much for doing that. I really do appreciate you. That absolutely means the world. We actually have him doubling down with another super chat, with a $2 super chat, saying predictions will get Juju and Travis Etienne. Hey, I honestly, at this point, I don't know, like I've gone so like back and forth with who we need and who we don't need. And I really thought it was very important to figure out what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do, in this coming free agency class. Now, granted, it doesn't start until tomorrow. I completely understand that, at least the pen to paper sort of thing. So that's something that we need to take into consideration too. If what's going to happen. Okay, cool. I think he's going to come on. Perfect. Awesome. All right, perfect. Yeah, so we got a Raiders guy coming in here. His name is Darius. I've worked with him before. He's a part of the FTFN, which is basically a collaboration of a lot of different YouTubers that kind of get together, and we're able to go ahead and have this. Perfect. Awesome. I got him right here. Let's talk a little Rodney Hudson here shortly. 1 second. Let me bring him on here real quick. My guy, thank you so much for being on here late notice, man. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate, having me on your show to talk about this. It was a rough day. It's been a rough 2 days for the Raiders lately. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, I got into your stream because definitely this was a big news. And honestly, we are in such a big need for a center. And I was like, hey, I know it's like sucks for you, but something that we can benefit from. So I really wanted to take a look to see like what was your kind of a reaction as to like when you heard about this news, and why do you think this happened?
So when I first got the initial news about it, it was a shocker. I thought, the Raiders was just making moves, knowing that we already traded Trent Brown back to the Patriots for just a bunch of draft picks, and then we released Gabe Jackson and Richie Incognito. So that's 4 offensive, now Rodney Hudson, 4 offensive linemen that started gone. Only person that's left is Colton Miller. That's the only person starting. That's the only starting lineman that we have on this Raiders. So once the news broke out, I was really upset about it. And then I saw where they said that Rodney Hudson asked for his release.
I heard that.
I'm like, okay, this is a culture problem. That's what I think this is for the Raiders. It's a culture problem. We losing players. Nelson Aguilar leaves. We have a lot of players leave. Yes, we bring in Yannick Ngakoue, which we got him on a cheap bargain deal, but what can we do? Now we have to focus on the offensive side where we really didn't have issues on the offensive side, but the wide receiver position. So it sucks right now.
No, and I completely see where you're coming from, man. Honestly, I think a lot of NFL teams or just NFL fans in general are waiting at the edge of their seat saying what's going on. But I guess technically it doesn't start till tomorrow, at least a pen to paper. But let me know a little bit about Rodney Hudson, man. I know he's 31 years old. What you talked about him seemed very, very positive. What do you think about him, man?
He is a leader. That's one thing I could say about when it comes to an offensive line. He makes sure everybody in the right place at the right time. Like he molded like Colton Miller, because we got him out the draft, and Colton Miller come out to be one of the best left tackles or left guard, either one that he could play, always on the opposite side of Rodney Hudson. Rodney Hudson is one of those guys where if he comes into an organization, he's going to make sure the offensive line works hard and know how to play every position from down on. I've never seen a guy like Rodney Hudson that actually pulls from the center position after the snap and gets out in front. That's one good thing I loved about Rodney Hudson. And the thing about it is that according to Pro Football Focus, 93.6 passer blocker rating. That's the best among all centers since 2015. Can't get any better than that. 3-time Pro Bowler and have not allowed a sack in like 4 years.
Sheesh, man, you're making me excited here, man. Honestly, that's something that I would love to get in the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, honestly, that one of the biggest things here was our center. Like that was one of our biggest needs here moving into the 2021 season here. Mason Cole we have right now, it seemed to be more of a liability more than anything. There was always interior pressure and it always broke with our center. So that would be absolutely amazing, man. I don't want to take too much more of your time, but if you have any more little nuggets that we can have before I let you go, that would be in the world to me.
I mean, if you want to upgrade your offensive line, we have Gabe Jackson, Richie Incognito out there too. So if you want to pair them together with Rodney Hudson, because the Cardinals was the first team that actually made that initial announcement saying they are looking into Rodney Hudson after the release. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and get another Raider like a Gabe Jackson that was good for us that we initially drafted too. So we wouldn't mind to do that. But I do have a question for you though.
Yeah.
Why did y'all let Haason Reddick walk?
Oh, great question, man. Honestly, what it came down to, in my personal opinion, is basically we had a lot of people merge that year. Whether you want to say Dennis Gardick, we also got Marcus Golden. Chandler Jones is coming back, and then the acquisition of J.J. Watt. I think it just got too crowded, and they are thinking like he might be really too expensive for the Arizona Cardinals to pull, because we still have a lot of different other players that we might sign back, and maybe Patrick Peterson might come back. There's just a lot of moving parts, but I think it might got too expensive for the Arizona Cardinals, and they didn't want to pull the trigger.
See, that could have been a trade too. Y'all would have got Rodney Hudson in a trade for Haason Reddick.
Yeah, honestly,
so it could have been, because I'm a big fan of Haason Reddick, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because just a brief story. When he first got drafted to the Cardinals, he's initially from New Jersey. So I took my godson to his football camp and actually was able to meet Haason Reddick in person. Knowing that he did play at Temple majority of his career there, so I watched him at Temple, and I went to his actual football camp with my godson, and he's just a very humble guy. He's very quiet, and I was just kind of surprised that y'all let him go, because I know y'all picked him up in the draft, and I was just like, J.J. Watt understanding, Chandler Jones understanding. So hopefully the Raiders can do something in day 3 of free agency hopefully we could get him.
Hey, man, honestly, I think all of us are just waiting for some type of news to put, because just to be excited about your team, you know what I mean? All right, brother. Well, thank you so very much for being on here, man. It means the world. I know it was last minute. Thank you so very much. If you ever need me, I'm only a DM away, man.
Okay, no problem, man. Thanks for having me real quick, Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Have a great one, and later.
All right, you too.
All right, guys, that was our guy, Spotlight Raider Talk, man. If you guys want to get some Raider news, you can definitely go ahead and subscribe to him. Really, really awesome guy, humble. He knows his stuff about when it comes to Raiders, and that's what I want to do a little bit more here. So if that didn't get you excited about, Rodney Hudson possibly coming to the Arizona Cardinals, I don't know what will. I mean, the best person to ask is a person who pretty much watches the team on a regular basis. And that's the main reason why I went to my guy, Darius, which runs that YouTube channel, does an amazing job over there. I love to jump on his streams every once in a while. So can we do it? Possibly. Can he be way too expensive for the Arizona Cardinals? Possibly too. But I don't know. I see that there might be somewhat of a culture change coming from the Arizona Cardinals. It kind of seems like most players think it's cool now to be an Arizona Cardinal. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. It might be Cliff Kingsbury. It might be D-Hop. It might be Kyler Murray. Whatever it is, it's working. We seem to be a very, very good spot when it comes down to free agency, free agents wanting to come to a spot. And why not to the Arizona Cardinals, guys? So one big shout out again to my guy over there from Spotlight Raiders Talk. Let's move on to the comments here and let's see what you guys have to say. Let's talk a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald. And if we have some time, we might open up the phone lines. Now, when we talk about the phone lines, I know I keep saying this, but we are going to have to limit people. Sometimes people spin on here a little way too long, and it's my fault. But I'm going to ask you one question and one question only, and it has to do with free agency. And once we answer it, we'll move on to the next person. We're going to try to get as much people on here because I want to get as much personality as we can get on this show here today. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald. Now, honestly, to me, this is absolutely bonkers. As to right now, why we haven't heard anything when the new year opens up tomorrow is beyond me. I do not know why. We usually hear this information in January or even in February. And now we're in March, one day away from the opening of the new year of 2021, and we still don't know what's happening with Larry Fitzgerald. Can it be because, he's waiting to see who's being, picked up by the free agency market and he's willing to take, whatever is left? Or is he willing to go to another team and maybe ring chase, try to get another, try to get a Super Bowl ring for himself to solidify his career within the NFL? There's way too many questions that are going on right now that kind of leave me uncomfortable. Now, I want to ask this to you guys here. Honestly, I think if you would ask anybody, and I even mean the casual Cardinal fan, if you want Larry Fitzgerald back, the answer is going to be yes. I get it. But I have emphasis on that. Yes, I do want Larry Fitzgerald back, but at the right price, because there is basically a lot of needs that we have with this Arizona Cardinal team. And that $6-7 million that we're paying for a wide receiver, which, let's be honest here, Cliff Kingsbury does not know how to use. We can allocate that to a DB. We can allocate that to a center. We can allocate that over to a DB that we can very well use in the 2021 season. So if Larry Fitzgerald is willing to take a $1 million contract, I don't know. I don't know. I doubt it. I really doubt it. It would be a slap in the face. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's be honest here. Players a lot of times know that they're worth more than what fans say. I mean, granted, we look at the numbers, we look at production, and we kind of make an estimate of what we feel like is right for a Larry Fitzgerald. But let's be honest, man, this guy is a human being too. He's trying to collect money. He's got a family. He needs to solidify his future and whatever his, and the family that he has as well. So we need to be kind of cognizant of that aspect of it also. He might not want to get a $1 million contract. I mean, if you're Larry Fitzgerald, put yourself in his shoes real quick. If you're Larry Fitzgerald and you've been with this organization for 17 years and you've never caused any drama, you never asked for a trade request, you never spoke bad about this organization, and then they come back at you and say you want $1 million contract, my goodness, you would not want to take that at all. You would be like, my name alone is probably worth $7 million. Even if production isn't there, just my leadership alone, it costs that. But I don't know. Yeah, I love Larry. I absolutely do. But we also need to be cognizant to all the other positions that we need to fill up here on the roster, because it's a lot of positions that we need to fill up, guys. So we got 162 people on here. Shout out to everybody in here on the chat. Shout out to everybody here. If you have not smashed that like button, definitely do me a favor, smash that like button. And if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. We do live streams every Tuesday. Obviously, we did a live stream yesterday. We're doing one today, and we're going to be doing one tomorrow as well to recap the free agency class and what we're looking at here. So far, it's nothing impressive. So far, it's nothing exciting. We are seeing a free agency class that pretty much consisted of a lot of Cardinal players already, and they're just bringing them back in, which, hey, I'm not hating about it. It's just, I would love to see some different faces. I would love to see an upgrade to the DBs. I would love to see an upgrade to a wide receiver number 2, and obviously the center position. But Let's read on to the comments here. Let's see what you guys have to say in terms of Larry Fitzgerald. Do you guys think he's gone? Do you think that that's it? He's just waiting for the new year to announce his retirement? What do you guys think? What say you? Let's take a look to see what everybody has to say in terms of Larry Fitzgerald. John June says Larry equals where does he play? The slot. He's not a number 2. Hurts to say this, but he's a novelty at this point. If Larry stays, Kirk needs to go. And that's the thing. I mean, right now we're looking at a wide receiving group that might be a little too crowded as is. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that would love to see Keyshawn Johnson. There's a lot of people who already gave up on Andy Isabella. A lot of people didn't like Hakeem Butler. I thought he was cool, but we ended up just releasing him last year. But that's kind of where we're at right now. That's kind of where we're at right now, where we need to figure out who our wide receiving number 2 and who our wide receiver number 3 is. We got Humble Rumble saying Larry is a legend and there isn't a space for him. Okay. Francisco says 928, saying he's either retiring or leaving AZ. I don't think he's coming back with us. Wow. Okay. That's good to know. I mean, hey, let's be honest here, guys. Let's be 110% honest here. Larry Fitzgerald, I think we can all say that he deserves a ring. Would you guys be mad if he were to go to a, let's say, for example, if he were to go to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get that ring? Because let's be honest, Tampa Bay Buccaneers or maybe even Kansas City, but I don't think Kansas City would do it. But just because Bruce Arians and the ties that he has with Bruce Arians, would you guys be mad if he ended up going to another team to get that ring? Let me know in the comments below here, guys. We do got JJPJS Shorty with the super chat, my guy. Let me give you the quick dab. It says, we're just wasting time in free agency. It's sad. Yeah, and you're right. You're right. Honestly, I have that same kind of mentality as well, where like I want to see some production. I want to start seeing something happen, but I also do get like the new year doesn't start until tomorrow, so I'm not trying to jump off the bridge too much. But at the end of the day, we really need to figure out what our team is going to look like, because if Steve Keim doesn't think we need to upgrade some positions, he's absolutely delusional. He's absolutely delusional, and I don't know what else to say. There's no other excuses that I can provide a Steve Keim, because at this point, what do you say? Like, what do you say if he doesn't think we need a number 2 wide receiver, if he doesn't think we need help in the DB role, if he doesn't think we need a new center? I don't know what to tell him. I really don't. We hear a lot of interviews from Steve Keim saying, you know, we evaluated this guy and he was really high on our draft board, but who's to say this guy knows how to evaluate? You know what I mean? Yeah, he's high up on your draft board, but it's to the eyes of the beholder. If this is your draft board and you're saying that he's high and this guy doesn't work, then obviously you don't know how to evaluate. Obviously. That's the truth of the matter. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like me bagging on Steve Keim, but I think the truth of the matter, guys, I'm not comfortable with Steve Keim. I'm really not. Like, I'm literally hanging by a thread because of the J.J. Watt pickup. And last year before, I was hanging by a thread because of the DeAndre Hopkins trade. But I'm not a fan of Steve Keim. I'm really not. If you're new to the AZ Sports Fan, YouTube, hey, spoiler alert, I'm not a fan of Steve Keim. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and keep on reading onto the comments here. We have BBHALV says, I'm back, but we should have gone to E. Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders. Hey, what's up, BBH? Thank you so very much for being here, my guy. Let me give you the quick dab. Appreciate that. Awesome. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. That's absolutely kind of where we're at. There's a lot of people that want to sign Juju Smith-Schuster, and we'll see. Honestly, I was very, very hesitant to get Juju Smith-Schuster, but honestly, if this is going to be the situation right now, I would take Juju. I really would. I really would take Juju Smith-Schuster in a heartbeat at this point. I know I said it last week where I'm like, I'm not a fan of his TikTok. I'm not a fan of this, and that. But I think we've gone to the point where we need to just upgrade. And Juju Smith-Schuster is better than Christian Kirk. He is. He is better than Christian Kirk. Although you don't like his antics outside, although you don't like his TikToks, dancing on stuff like that, I hope it gets fixed. But he is an upgrade. And we got to give him that. So let's keep on reading onto the comments here. We have Eduardo says, we don't need Juju. He's bad Juju. I like that. I like that play on words. I like that. Let's keep on reading onto the comments. Juju's toxic. Yeah, I mean, and I get you guys. I absolutely get where you guys are coming from. I'm not the biggest fan either, but we need an upgrade. Now, whether that's going to be Curtis Samuels, I mean, obviously, I think I would take Curtis Samuels in a heartbeat. Whether it's going to be Kenny Golladay, that guy wants wide receiver #1 money, and we do not have the capital for that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I think right now I'm hoping so much for a splash play that I would take Juju. That's what I've resorted to. But we do have another super chat in here from Jacoby, hopefully, or Jacoby. Maybe that's right. Jacoby, is that right? Hopefully I didn't butcher it. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. The players we want like the players we want like Juju and Will Jackson, these are best available guys and have bigger markets because they're cheaper. So we have to wait for the smoke clear. This is what's Cam's last chance. Yeah. And I get what you're saying. Honestly, one thing that we have to give Steve Keim is he's holding out, and it's working because other teams have not signed Juju Smith-Schuster. He's holding out, and it's working because a lot of other teams have not got Kenny Golladay. They have not even got, William Jackson. So what that means, it's going to basically bring down their market, and that's when we come in and swoop and save the day. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'm really, really hoping for. So fingers crossed that happens. But that's kind of where we're standing at right now. What is happening with this Arizona Cardinal team? Can we make the right moves to be a contending team in 2021? Because in my personal opinion, this is a win now year. No more times of we need to rebuild. No more of that stuff. This is a win now mode. Now, Super Bowl, I don't know. I personally don't think we're a Super Bowl type of team quite yet. I think there's some pieces that need to be added. And we need to see what those pieces are. And maybe even the draft will change my mind, but we need to at least be playoff contenders. We do got another super chat in the house from Carter69. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. I'm so fed up with the organization right now. Well, see, the thing is that a lot of people are fed up with their organizations itself. I mean, if we have JV in here, I don't know if JV is a very, very, very big Bears fan. He's one of my subscribers, really, really cool guy, but we could be better. We could be in a worse position. We can be a Bears fan. And Bears recently signed Andy Dalton. Now, I don't want to bag on the Bears. I apologize if JV is in here right now. But there was all these hype, all these rumors that are going on right now about Russell Wilson. A lot of rumors going out there about Russell Wilson. Is he coming in? Is Deshaun Watson coming in? Can we trade this amount of picks? Can we do all this stuff? And what did they ended up doing? They ended up getting Andy Dalton. The Bears fans are so mad right now. Like, they're so upset. Like we're mad. Like, we're upset, but because there's no action going on. And rightfully so. There's a lot of teams in our position right now. But guys, Andy Dalton, like, sorry, JV, if you're in here. I know you're a big Browns fan. I'm sorry, a big Bears fan. But Andy Dalton, oh man, I apologize for that. Like, that on its own is something to be like, man, oof. Sorry, my guy. We could be in a worse position. All right, let's keep on moving on here. Let's stop bagging on the Bears. I think they had enough for today. Let's keep on reading onto the comments here. Let's see what everybody else has to say. We have Landon saying people are so impatient. We'll think of it this way, Landon. I think people want to see a winning organization. And I don't blame the people for, I mean, granted, this ain't Madden. And I get that. But if we constantly say the same thing each year, it's a process. It's a rebuilding mode. When is it time to win? When is it time to win? Steve Keim has been in this office as the GM since 2013, right? What has he given this Arizona Cardinal organization to look forward to the next year? What are some highlights in your personal opinion? Draft picks aren't very good. Most of his free agency signings are either hurt the entirety of the year or don't work out. Now, granted, I said this multiple different times. Injuries, he does not have a control of injuries, but it kind of comes with it. Your one job is to put a team together. That's your one job. You had 7 years to put a team together, a Super Bowl winning team, 7 years. 7 years. I cannot imagine a job that will give you 7 years and you cannot complete the job that you need to complete. And it's not like we're a consistent team. We're not a consistent team to be like, wow, our fans are so impatient. They're giving us this. They're giving us that. This organization has not proven anything for anybody to even say, well, hey, give them a few years. They're rebuilding. We're constantly rebuilding. What more do you want? I mean, if you're a very patient fan, then cool. That's fine. That's completely fine. I'm not. I'm absolutely not. But I get that there is a cap. I get it. But I think the truth of the matter is that Steve Keim, in the 7 years that he has been in this organization as a GM, and I don't know why I air quoted, but as a GM, what does he do very good at? What does he do very good at? If you're going to say DeAndre Hopkins, or if you're going to say JJ Watt, any GM could have done that to the Texans. Any organization could have done that to the Texans. But let's keep reading on to the super chats. We do got Jacoby back here with another $4.99 donation. Let me give you the quick dab saying, yes, Jack, oh my goodness. I think you just even got me even more messed up that way. I think it's Jacoby, right? Jacoby, yeah. But besides Davis, Jonnu, and Marvin Jones, William Jackson, a lot of skill positions and DBs out there. So Jonnu Smith got picked up. Jonnu Smith is now with the Patriots. Hunter Henry, I know a lot of people were talking about Hunter Henry yesterday. Hunter Henry is now with the Patriots as well. Marvin Jones ended up going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, so he's no longer available anymore. William Jackson is. So we still have some hope with William Jackson. We really do. So I'm really excited about that. Can we get him? Possibly. But we have to wait and see. Let's keep on reading onto the comments here. We have BBHALV. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. And Jacoby, I'm sorry, I don't think I gave you my dab, but let me give you that dab right there, guy. Thank you so very much for doing that. It says Trent Williams is still available. AZ should sign. The thing about Trent Williams is that he wants $20 million. Like, he was very, very public about it. $20 million he wants. And I think that there was rumors out there that the 49ers were trying to give him something close to it, like a 3-year deal, $60 million or something like that for a 3-year deal. And he was like, nah, bro. He was like, I want more. So that's going to be very expensive. That's going to be very, very expensive. Can it happen? I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. We have HK, the sports fan saying, let's see, what did he say? Samuels. Yeah, Curtis Samuels. Yeah, I agree. I love the idea of getting Curtis Samuels for sure. We'll see what happens. We'll absolutely see what happens. We got Mark Jackson here with the Coyotes update. Wild 1-0. Second intermission. The Coyotes are getting a bunch of shots. Good to know. Thanks, my guy. Thanks for the update. We have Gear 3 AMV saying, I'm starting to really not like Keim for real. It's getting frustrating. Well, with Keim, honestly, what I've noticed as far as being a Cardinal fan, as long as I have been, and I know that there's more Cardinal fans that have been longer fans than I have. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to the real ones that have been here since '88. Shout out to you guys that when they moved to the Arizona, shout out to you guys. Honestly, I was too young to be a fan back then, but shout out to you guys though. But yeah, with the Steve Keim situation, man, honestly, the way you want to live life is you need to get a very rich friend that owns an organization. And who that is Michael Bidwell. In Michael Bidwell's eyes, Steve Keim can't do anything wrong because he took the blame for the Steve Wilks hiring. He took the blame for it. And rightfully so, because everybody's going to ask, well, why did you hire him and basically fire him a year later? Michael Bidwell come out as a scapegoat and said, hey, I was the one who wanted to say. And what are you going to say? Michael Bidwell, you need to get fired. You can't. He owns the organization. We can't do anything about Michael Bidwell unless we all come together as a community, bring up $2.3 billion together and say, Michael Bidwell, here's the bag. Let me buy this organization off you because you're doing a terrible job and we want Steve Keim out. That's the only way that Michael Bidwell is going to basically be doing anything like that. Kind of gather $3 billion together and maybe even more, maybe $4 to $5 billion. Take it up to his office and say, hey, I got an offer for you that you can't refuse. That's the only way to get Michael Bidwell out of there. And I don't think that's even going to happen. We do got Bear Down Mode 23 saying, I have a feeling Patrick Peterson is coming back. Yeah, let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much for that. I know there's a lot of people that reached out to me about Patrick Peterson posted something on his Twitter, or I think it was Instagram or whatever it was, basically saying like his mood was happy and he was just like really excited about his pick. He might come back. I mean, we'll see what happens. If he comes back, cool. I still do think we need to fill in a void in the DB role. I think it's very important to do so. So if he does come back, cool. I'll accept him with open arms. If he doesn't come back, I honestly don't. I wouldn't be surprised, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll see what happens in that whole situation. We got Alex G saying, why do you think Commissioner Goodell works well with the owners? Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Best thing to do in life, get yourself a billionaire friend. That's what you do. Then you live the life right there because you have connections. That's what it is. Because Steve Keim didn't get this job because he's an awesome evaluator. I mean, maybe in the beginning he did, and then he ended up becoming buddy-buddy with Michael Bidwell. And now Michael Bidwell doesn't want to let him go because he thinks that he's the right person to move this organization on. And that's the worst way to run an organization. Let me tell you that right now. Completely worst way to start up this organization. But let's keep on reading onto the comments here. I think we do have some time to open up the phone lines. Now, like I said before, if we do open up the phone lines, guys, it's very, very, very important. We're going to go ahead and make sure that everybody's like short and sweet. I'll ask you I'll ask you 2 questions, and then we'll basically move on to the next. I just need to basically be able to limit people just because I kind of get a little bit where sometimes I allow people to be on here way too long, and I have so much people waiting. So if we do open up the lines, which we probably will, I don't see any more super chats. Angel says they won't listen to us, but I know, man. I know. It's all wishful thinking, man. Let's be honest here, man. We're not billionaires. That's just kind of like the way that it is. It's unfortunate, but we're not billionaires. So, guys, if you want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, do me a big favor. Go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram. Let me know, hey, I want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. If you're not following me on Instagram already, what are you doing? Everything is on here on this little ticker below. Literally, all you need to search up is the AZ Sports Fan. This is the exact same logo that you will find on YouTube. Hit a follow and send me a DM and tell me, hey, I want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan. Let's get on here. I'll give you 2 minutes to rant, 2 minutes to say, hey, calm down. Don't get crazy. We have until tomorrow. Let me know exactly what you're feeling because you already heard what I had to say. You had me rant. Now, I saw a couple of people on the chat here saying, what do you think about Rodney Hudson? Hey, guys, if you want, we actually talked about Rodney Hudson earlier in the stream, and we even had a special guest in a Spotlight Raiders talk. He came in here. So when we're done with the stream, come back in and watch the restream because we had some really, really good information from Spotlight Raiders talk come in here and give us the lowdown on Rodney Hudson. So definitely go ahead and do that. Rewatch the stream once it's over. We do got 2 super chats in the house. We got Dylan Peterson. Let me give you the quick dab saying Pat's house has been up for sale for 2 days. I didn't know that. I mean, possibly that I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past them. I don't think. I think a lot of people already know, but Patrick Peterson like has his own podcast. It's called, I forgot what it's called. I don't really watch it, but he was wearing like a Lakers shirt. I don't know. I don't look too much into it. I mean, it is what it is. If he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. We got BBH back here with another $1 donation. My guy, let me give you the quick dab saying KJ Wright is available. Should the AZ? Yeah, that would be cool. I would be down with that, definitely. But right now, what we're looking at, I think Isaiah Simmons is going to be the opposite side of Jordan Hicks for the time being. So it might be a very, very, very crowded linebacking role when it comes down to that specific position. So I don't know. Yeah, I love the name. I love KJ Wright. He's a baller. He's very, very good. But in my personal opinion, I would just want us to focus specifically on the needs. That's what free agency is for. Fill in the needs that we need to fill up. And there's 3 big needs out there. And I'm not going to say it again because we've said it multiple different times on the stream. But yeah, that's kind of my position in the whole situation. So we will get everybody on here. If you have not followed me yet on Instagram, everything is on this ticker below. All you need to do is shoot me a DM and tell me, hey, I need to get on the AZ Sports Fan. I want to rant. We have 2 minutes for you. No, we'll have 1 minute. We'll have 1 minute to get everything out. I'll ask you a few questions and we will kind of move on from there. Let me get my link all set up and going. 1 second, everybody. Bear with me, everybody. Now, we do have some channel members that want to get on. I'm going to prioritize channel members and people who do super chats as well. I apologize. I have a smoke ton of DMs right now. I will get to you. That's the reason why I'm limiting people to like only a specific amount of time onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube because I want to hear what you guys have to say. I think it's very, very important to really get everybody's opinion on here. Obviously, we can't get to everybody, but we will definitely do with what we can do. 1 second here. First thing we have Mark Jackson here. And guys, if you guys can do me a big favor, turn on your cameras as well. If you guys don't want to show your face, put a mask on. I just don't like talking to a black screen. It's really awkward and it's really weird. But yeah, definitely do that for me, please. Turn on your cameras and we will be able to get you onto the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Jordan, I see you, my guy. Let me go ahead and get you on. Remember 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm leaning a little bit more towards 1 minute more than anything. So let's get this going, guys. Turn your cameras on, and I am sending the link out right now. So if you guys send me a message, if you haven't received the link yet, send me something again saying, hey, bro, what are you doing? All right, cool. All right, perfect. We got our first person in here. I started to send my first links out right now. We do got Mark Jackson in the house. My guy, talk to me.
Hold on a second, man.
Okay, cool.
I got to find my mouse so I can get this thing to shut up.
All right, sounds good.
You can go to the next guy.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Oh, sorry. Give me a quick wave when you're ready, Mark. But basically, yeah. So when you do come on, just mute me. Like if you're watching me on your computer or anything like that, just mute me because you're gonna see like a really bad echo and it's really awkward to hear myself, and I don't want that. And it'll just be very distracting. So yeah, when you come on here, a couple questions that I have for you. How are you feeling so far with free agency frenzy, and who do you want this Arizona Cardinal team to get? All right, let's get Mark Jackson back on here real quick. Mark, talk to me. How are you feeling?
I think free agency is going well. I just wish we would get Hudson. I really do. I like – somebody said that Juju might come. So, here.
Yeah.
I'm worried. That's all I got to say.
You're
better. He's better than what we got, but,
yeah,
you know, that's where I sit.
Yeah,
so.
And that's fair. What do you think about like who's a available free agent right now that you would want still?
I want Hudson bad.
Hudson bad.
Really bad. I mean,
okay.
I'm willing to spend the rest of our cap room for him.
Nice.
So,
okay.
There you go. That's
my guy. My guy Raiders got you on that, huh?
Oh, heck yeah. He's a good guy.
Awesome. Cool, man. Appreciate you, man.
Right,
I will see you next time, brother.
All right, later.
All right, next up we have Kevin coming on here. We do have a short amount of time. Kevin, talk to me. How are you feeling right now? Go.
I mean, I'm obviously mad because I never liked Keim. But you know, last time I was on a stream, right? And I always do this every time you stream. I always like to go back and see their comments when I'm on, and everyone's backing up Keim. I'm like, how are we gonna back up Keim? He's had years on years to make this organization better, and he's missed. I mean, our best season in 3 years was 8-8, really, and they're gonna go on and sign no one when we have 20+ million cap room. I mean, like look what the Patriots do thing, and I get that the Patriots have like way more cap room than us, but we can still do something. And like we re-signed all the players that we need to, but we can still go out for some splash plays. Like and if I were Keim, I would spend almost all our cap on Rodney Hudson and Kenny Galladay. Those are my two go-tos.
Perfect. Now, hey man, don't let haters say. Honestly, man, I'm on the whole Steve Keim hating thing too. It's not people want to hold on to an organization because they feel like they're smarter because they're in this position, but they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the 7 years that he's been here. They want to look at the very most recent thing that happened, and in their minds is D-Hop and JJ Watt, and they don't see what else happened prior. The draft picks, the free agency signings, and why haven't we been a consistent team? And that's all on Steve Keim, right?
Yeah, I mean, anyone could have made that Hopkins trade. And we can't thank we can't thank Steve Keim. We have to thank Bill O'Brien for being that dumb. Like, and I mean that Watt signing. I mean, yeah, he got a superstar in JJ Watt, and we weren't even the highest bidders, so like he had to do something. But it's a position we didn't need. We had Hassan Reddick, and Hassan Reddick would probably have been cheaper and younger. I mean, I like how we re-signed Marcus Golden, but still, we didn't need JJ Watt. We need a corner. We need Kenny Galladay. We need Curtis Samuel. But no, he wants to go out and sign J.J. Watt.
Perfect. Awesome, man. I appreciate you, man. Let me get you on the next stream. Have a great one, okay?
See you. Good cards.
Later, man. All right, next up, we got Mr. Cards. We got Mr. Robert, my guy. You ready to go? Talk to me. How are you feeling right now, man?
Hey, baby, I'm still here. I'm back. And I've got my Larry Surgeon on.
Let's
You
go,
know,
man. Go ahead.
now, no, you've talked about all this stuff, Um, I'm a big hater of Kime. Big hater. Because he, like you said, I've been around watching the football since the 70s. I've been watching the Cardinals back in the 70s when they were in St. Louis. And they were back then too, because of the bull crap. But anyway, we need to get rid of Kimes. We got to go find somebody like from our own organization. There's like 3 guys right now I can find that would be a better GM than Kimes. Anybody,
Go ahead.
any of them.
So 3
And,
people you want to go ahead.
Yeah, and hold on. Let me find them. Ah, shoot. Nuts. Hold up, bro. I'll be right back. Hold up, I forgot what it was. His name. Hold on, I can do it this way. Hey, come on, please tell me I got this. It would be Kerry McDonald, Drew Gritson, or Quincy Harris. Any one of those 3 would be a better deal. Uh-oh. Did I lose you
And they're
guys?
available free agents? No, you're here.
No,
they're
no,
available
no.
free agents?
Dude, no. They're in our organization.
Oh,
They've been in our organization.
You're saying give him a chance, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, any one of those 3 can do a hell of a lot better than Klein. Hell of a lot better.
Oh,
And,
I see what you're saying. I apologize. Yeah, that was my fault. Okay,
yeah,
you're saying a
you're a
replacement.
good dog. You're a good dog. But think about it. I mean, who else could do better than Klein? Any one of those 3, any of our old quarterbacks, anybody from the defense that we had.
Right. Okay, perfect. All right, Robert, I'm going to have to let you go here. I got a couple people waiting here, but thank you so very much for your intel, okay? All right, later, man. I think he might have froze up here a little bit. But let's move on to the next person here. We got Jordan P. coming up here. Let me hear what you have to say, Jordan P. How are you feeling?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you wonderfully, man. Crystal clear.
Yeah, as far as free agency goes, I think, well, first of all, one thing I do want to say is he said we didn't need J.J. Watt. I totally disagree because we had 0 interior pressure. We just had, Hassan. Obviously, Trent was hurt. We just had exterior pressure, but interior pressure, we had none. You have Zach Allen, Lawrence, Fotu, like these guys were not getting pressure at all. So we definitely needed an interior force to help the guys outside. But in terms of free agency, Lindsey hurt me because I've been said he was the number 1 guy I wanted because we need a center. Mason Cole's garbage. But we lost, I thought everything was done after we lost him. I didn't care anymore. But then the Raiders said, oh, here, Kime, a gift to save your career once again. A center who might be even better than Lindsey. We're just going to let him go. And he's 31. That's not old for a center.
No,
people are talking about signing Alex Mack, and he's 35. So, 31 is not old. The guy's allowed like 3 sacks in like 5 years.
Exactly. 100% agree, man. I don't know if you were here earlier on the stream, but we had our guy from Raider Sportlight, and he made it seem like this is the guy you need to get, and it got a lot of people super hyped up. Let me know who is available right now that you would want for the Cardinals to get maybe tomorrow. Yeah,
and Hudson, he had like a 93 pass blocking grade since 2015, which is number 1. So, I mean, that's perfect. But a name I like is I think Peterson is gone. He put his house up. That happened with Tom Brady. He put his house up in Massachusetts. Everybody's like, oh no, and he left.
Right.
Peterson put his house up. He's probably gonna leave. But Adoree Jackson, that's one I think is huge. He got cut from the Titans. He's a corner.
That's right.
He was like in PFF 5th best graded outside corner. So yeah, that's pretty great. And they cut him. I guess I don't know exactly the reason why, but I think you could get a guy like William Jackson and Dory Jackson. I mean Jacksons.
Right, the Jackson brothers.
And you can have them both at corner. I mean, they're great corners. We need 2 corners. Wide receiver. I'm not really feeling Juju. I don't know. Everybody's like Juju, but I don't like his antics. and like he probably wants to get paid more because he thinks he's all that. But he's a wide receiver too. You're not gonna go out and pay
100%.
Hopkins 18 million and then pay Juju 14 million. Like, it's not gonna happen. I
Right.
think we should have got Marvin Jones. They got him for a steal. 7 million.
Oh yeah. Oh
Did you
yeah.
see-
That's
did you see
another
the
thing
guy-
to talk about.
Did you see that guy from the 49ers, Kendrick Bourne? The Patriots paid him 7 million, and Marvin Jones got the same amount. And this guy's like a wide receiver 4.
Oh yeah, man. All right, brother. I'm gonna have to let another person in here. Thank you so very much for being on, my guy.
All right, man.
Later. All right. Next up, we got John Paul Edward Del Dios coming on here. My guy, talk to me. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, God. I had one day to calm down a little bit about the Lindsley stuff. Good news is that they were kind of the Bills, you know. Everyone was saying we're gonna get him, and then next thing you know, the Chargers. Oh, here's more money. It sucks, but hopefully we got hopefully we can get the guy from the Raiders. There's that. You know, as far as you know, I'm not gonna go too in depth with the Kime, but I do feel a little bit that, you know, he because boy and you guys had a stream like a while back where you guys were talking about he's not consistent every year of doing good stuff. It's like he's a president. He only has good years every 4 years because that's when his contract is up. You know, I think it's both funny, like sad, and funny, haha. Because if he does get that center, he's gonna get that contract extension.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's like, shit. Oh, sorry.
No,
Shit,
you're good.
It's gonna happen like that. And then as far as free agents, I mean, we had $21 million, and I think somewhere there, and we had 28 free agents. So I didn't expect them to make a big splash, and I was kind of surprised actually that they went for J.J. Watt. But at the same time, we hadn't really have any interior defensive line since Calais Campbell. So there's that too. And people are probably going to be upset. I think the Cardinals has a history of I don't think they really want to have two wide receiver ones. You know what I mean? Like at one point we had Anquan and Larry Fitz, and then they let Anquan go. You know, the only reason Anquan was here because we drafted them out of luck. And then the first time, and they might go after Perryman. You know, if there's a wide receiver that I want, it would be Emmanuel Sanders.
Ooh,
because
okay.
That guy, bro, that guy has that guy has like pay for play written all over him. He went to the San Francisco 49ers 1 year, played well. Went to the New Orleans Saints 1 year, played well. So I think he just like, give me the money, I'll get you what I got. I think he would be a good wide receiver too.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, I gotta get RC3 up here real quick, just because I'm kind of moving along real fast with a lot of people coming here. But I will get you on another stream, maybe. And I apologize, I always keep cutting you off. I'm doing that to everybody today. Okay.
Oh no, it's all good, man. All right, damn.
Have a great one, man. There you go. Love it. Later, man. Love it. All right, next up we got RC3 coming up here. Like we said a little earlier, we got 2 minutes. How are you feeling, RC3? Talk to me.
Good. Well, put your seatbelt on. I got some spoiler predictions for you right now.
Let's go.
Our corners are going to be Patrick Surtain and William Jackson. Bold prediction. And also at receiver, we're going to have Juju there. But the thing is, people need to understand, Juju had 9 touchdowns and he had 876 yards. So before people start seeing the antics, he shows the antics outside of the field instead of in the field.
Right.
So let's think about that. And remember, Juju was always the number 2 receiver. He wasn't kindly gave the number 1 receiver at all, because Antonio Brown was still a limelight even when he wasn't with Pittsburgh. So that's what the whole beef was actually about.
Right.
Then another thing is that Andy Isabella, I see him getting cut. And Kennard and Pugh also said that they would negotiate deals to make the team better in order to get more players that's there. So getting a center that goes there from the Raiders, that's another prediction that I have that we will get. But we're just waiting for everything to die down because more people might be getting released. You never know. And that's the thing that we're doing, is taking our time. Everybody's saying, oh, we're not making a splash or whatever like that. You can't get service parts from a Tesla at a Honda shop. So you got to take your time. So This is why I'm saying we don't have that much money to do the stuff that we actually have right now. So let's be patient. Let's renegotiate, bring more money to the table, and then we can make a splash. Everything's not going to happen. We got the draft. Hello. So that's why we can't really do so much moves right now, because you have to look at the draft to see what else that you need, because not everybody's going to sign what you think they're going to sign.
Right.
Right.
Cool. Awesome, man. Appreciate you. Give me your one, because Lindsley was your guy. Oh no, I'm sorry, Tooney was your guy. I remember, man, because I wanted Tooney too, dude.
Yes. Now look, Tooney was my guy, and I'm gonna have to go out of the surface with this one right here, because I want Juju. To be honest with you, I will take Juju, because the thing is that it gives the double coverage off of Hopkins. Because if you double coverage him, maybe it might make Christian Kirk better. Maybe it might make him a better person. But right now, I'd rather take Juju, and then I will actually go for the center that came from the Raiders as well too. So that's my predictions, and that's where I'm rolling with. But remember, our corners are going to be Patrick Surtain and William Jackson.
I will write it down, man. From your lips to the football god's ears, I hope so.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2. Remember that.
Hey, man. We'll see what happens, man. Have a great rest of your day, dude.
All right.
Later. All right. Next up, we got Dow in the house. Let's go ahead and talk to Dow. Dow, talk to me. How are you talking about? Do you feel, hey, tomorrow, or you're like, what the heck is going on? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot right now. Can you hear me right now?
Oh, I hear you perfect, man.
Cool, man. I'm gonna keep it sweet and short for you, man. So, I feel like Larry should just go ahead and retire with us, because, there's not a lot of Cardinals legends who have actually retired. I mean, got drafted, played a lot, stayed with the team, and got retired. You look back in the 40s and 70s, we really don't both know who played for the Cardinals back then. But we know Larry Fitzgerald was here, and he's a staple of our franchise. So we don't need him playing for another franchise or doing something else. So we need to keep him retired, or just keep signing him to 1 year. So that's that. I would say with free agency, man, just take a deep breather. There's a lot of stuff happening. So we just need to, be cool. Tomorrow is Wednesday, the big day. I think the Cardinals will make another splash. It may be big, it might be small, but I feel like it's going to be the right thing for us. So I think we could just calm down. But if we don't do anything, Steve Keim's got to go. Like, I'm with you. Like, Steve Keim has been here 2013, has had a couple personal issues off the field that, is not good also. So it's like, we don't want him to represent our franchise when he's not making good moves for us.
Right. Hey, man, I just have breaking news right now, man. And tell me how you feel about this. Ian Rappaport just said that William Jackson just signed with the Washington football team. 3-year deal. Wait, 3-year deal, $14 million per year.
Wow, that's about like almost 40 million right there. So I mean, that hurts a little bit. Like William Jackson, I know that was your boy. That was like a good. That would have been good, but I feel like Washington football team just has a better defense than us right now. So
100%, man, 100%. I'm gonna flip some tables after the stream. Let me tell you that right now. I am upset. Okay, perfect, man. Thank you so very much for being on here, man. Later.
Oh no, one more thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead,
bro. I just want to say I appreciate you for running this channel, because there's not a lot of people out here that give Arizona Cardinal content, and you're letting people come on here and talk and share their mind, and like opening up how their speech, like how to talk better and stuff. And you're putting a lot of hard work running this channel, live streams every day. And I know you don't hear this a lot, but keep working, bro. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you definitely don't hear a lot, especially in YouTube. You get a lot more like, you're crazy, you're an idiot, all that different stuff. So and something nice is really good. Thanks. I appreciate it, man.
Mind you, you have another job and a family. Like, respect.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. I do. All right, brother. Thank you so very much, man. Later.
All love, bro.
Peace. All right, guys. Next up, we got our guy AZ Sports Corner coming up here right now. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I mean, I've been better. I got a lot of college stuff going on, stressing me out. But then I'm looking at the Cardinals doing nothing. And I'm like, what the frig, man? Like, can you guys just give me a good mood? I need some good news. But I'm going to be pretty negative.
That's fair, man. I've been negative all stream, so go ahead.
Basically, all I got to say is I'm extremely disappointed in Keim. A few guests ago, when you had the one guy on talk about William Jackson and stuff, even though he wasn't right about that one, I actually I liked the points he was trying to make. But you see, he's very smart. Keim's not smart. Not to be.
No, you're 100% correct.
The fans have better insight than the actual general manager. And you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say maybe he doesn't do those things. I would love for him to prove me wrong. Sometimes I feel like I just said, that the fans have more insight than he does. But I'm going to move on from that. So basically, Keim, I really expected him to bring Patrick back. And to me, because I made a prediction that he would come back,
Right.
I don't see it happening now. I was wrong. We're gonna lose Reddick.
Yeah.
Most likely. P2's gone. And it just gets me emotional too, because man, that sucks. You know, dude, I've been watching that guy since I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. And he just the thing with Keim is he likes to make these splash moves every offseason, and I don't even know if necessarily they're the best for the team. Now, if I look back at the Hopkins trade, everyone knows that was a steal. That was a good one.
For sure.
But the JJ one makes absolutely no sense. It extremely aggravated me. I just don't see why you don't pay the 26-year-old Hassan, especially knowing the fact that he had 12 and a half sacks when he was put at the right position. Everybody's like, well, like he only had one good year. I'm like, yeah, but he wasn't playing at the right position for like multiple seasons. And look what happened. And he didn't even have Chandler Jones there. I'm like, imagine if Chandler Jones was there to help him get some guys off of him. Oh my God, dude, he probably would have blown up for 20 or more sacks or close. I mean, sheesh, like what the frick, you know? And then you're bringing in JJ, and I mean, yeah, he's a great lead. I'm not going to hate on JJ. I mean, listen, this isn't me hating on JJ. He's just, one, he costs too much. Two, he's getting a bit older. And what happens when we don't make the Super Bowl in the next 2 years? Like, most likely it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We might get close, but we're not going to win a Super Bowl. He's going to probably leave and go to a contender to finish his last years out. So basically what I'm saying is I just feel like Keim is not making the best moves. I feel like we're probably going to end up signing like that Raiders center and then maybe like Juju or Curtis Samuel. And that's going to be like the off season right there. That's how I see everything shaping out.
Yeah.
And in terms of because I'm trying to go fast so other people get a chance to talk.
You're good.
But the draft, as far as the draft, I have absolutely no idea where he's going with the draft. I see him personally. It's either going to be, I think it's going to be Kyle Pitts, or a corner, or a Travis Etienne, because basically when Patrick leaves, it's going to leave the door open for a lot of different scenarios in terms of corner, especially since we're bringing Alford back. I'm assuming that next year our secondary is going to be kind of crappy, so I think he could either bring in a veteran, and then Alford leaves and he gets a corner next year. So that's how I feel about that. It's a shaky one. I don't know what he's going to do there. Or he could sign, like I just said, another veteran. So to be Alford and another veteran on a minimum deal for like a year until he gets a corner next year. He gets like a Kyle Pitts, which I don't think this is a likely one. I think Travis Etienne is more likely over the tight end. So I could see him definitely, if he gets that center, he gets Travis Etienne, because that guy's going to end up moving the line apart. And he's going to have some good running. And then Kyler's going to have more to work with. Because then you can look at it like, well, Dan Arnold's solid. And then if he gets Curtis Samuel or Juju, he's got Kirk, Juju, and D-Hop. So it's going to be like this like decent offense. And so I basically just see that as the direction of the team. And I don't want to take any more time up because I want people to have an opportunity. So.
Cool, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for being on here again. Don't ever worry about having your opinion, man. Your opinion is your opinion. Who cares what everybody else will say? That's why I started the channel, man. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, man.
Later. All right, guys. We do have Night Owl here. I had his super chat up here for quite some time. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much for doing that. And we also do have RC3 Chambers coming up here saying the football gods are on to me. Love you guys all supporting me. Absolutely, man. Thank you so very much. Let me give you that quick dab. We do got our final person, NFL AZ cards, coming in here. My guy, talk to me. How are you feeling right now?
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Dude? Hey, man, I'm good, man. Good. How are you doing? How you feeling?
Good, man. I'm feeling really good. So last time, today I've heard of, obviously we all heard about the center from the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't think we're getting him because he's getting off of what he was supposed to get paid on average salary, about $14 million, which is about roughly about what we have currently and what the free agent O linemen are getting paid currently right now. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah,
okay.
Sorry,
all right. So what the linemen are getting paid right now? I think if I'm Hudson, I'm taking the bag. So obviously he knows he's going to be a hot commodity. I kind of figured that William Jackson was also going to go not to the Cardinals because just the fact that in free agency there is not a lot of cornerbacks. There's not very good ones. You know what I'm saying? So William Jackson, we're not the only ones that obviously had our eyes on William Jackson. So that honestly is not surprising that he left. I think Steve Keim, in my personal opinion, I think he's playing it safe and he's playing it good, because of the teams right now that have the cap space for it, obviously they're dropping the bag. They're dropping the bag on people. So another thing I hate that I've been doing my own research on is everything from what I've been reading. It's the Cardinals and Steve Keim in the front office. It's starting to sound like we're going to the draft with this. There's so much talent in centers and guards in the draft, and there's enough talent in the wide receiver pool as well. We don't need another D-Hop. We just need a wide receiver number 2.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So surprisingly, I wasn't a big fan of this, but from what I've been reading and doing research on is Zaven Collins, linebacker from Tulsa. Apparently, our front office has been having a lot of close communication with him, and apparently that's somebody that Steve Keim has on his board. So honestly, a lot of it is leading back to possibly a trading back scenario,
right?
And I wouldn't mind that, because we can possibly get an extra second round pick. You know, at 16 with JC, I don't know. For me, I feel like that's a little too high for him. And we just have too much holes in our team. So I just feel like trading back, getting an extra second round pick, maybe possibly throw in an extra third round pick. Hey, that wouldn't hurt, especially with the pool of old linemen. We can get a Creed Humphreys, Leonard Dickerson, Josh Myers, Wyatt Davis. They're all like first round talent. So I'm saying, so I wouldn't mind drafting back and filling up some of those holes that way. So
yeah, and that's fair. Honestly, yeah, no, that's great. Honestly, you're probably one of the few that says trading back's an option. And now you guys have been saying that. I don't hate that idea. I really don't. Getting an extra second, getting an extra third would be amazing.
Hey, trust me. I at first when I was like, Zaven Collins, who's this kid? And I did research on him, and apparently he won the best defensive player of the year. He beat Patrick Surtain and Jeremiah Owusu. Those were the top 3 finalists, including himself, and he won the award. He was he was in gymnastics, played multiple sports, ran track. The dude's amazing. Read on him. Look at his tape.
I'll check it out, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
You, man. Thank you.
He's like 6'4", 260. Crazy. But anyways, yeah, that's my take.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much for being on here, man. Let me know if you ever want to come back again. Definitely just shoot me a DM, okay?
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
All right, later. All right, guys. So that is basically where we're at right now, man. We have a lot of people with a lot of different opinions. Let me give my quick dab to Illa Dre. Thank you so very much, my guy. Let me give you that quick dab. Says we need a running back ASAP. And I agree. I think with the whole Kenyon Drake thing, Chase Edmonds, I know Cliff Kingsbury, I know Steve Keim said that they have all the faith in the world from, sorry, dogs are barking right now. They have all the faith in the world for somebody like, Chase Edmonds to do, be in that role. I just don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. So it's kind of where we're sitting at right now with this whole situation of what are we going to do for this Arizona Cardinal team? And we have tomorrow for free agency. Yes, we will have another live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. AZ time to see if we can get some more news for this Arizona Cardinal team. Who are we looking into getting? Because honestly, a lot of people that I wanted in free agency, they're all starting to get picked up. The last person that got picked up that really, really kind of upset me was the William Jackson. Ended up going to the Washington football team. But hey, you go for the biggest money. That's exactly what these people are here for. Like, they want to get paid. This is their job. They need the security. They need the longevity of, a contract to make sure that their the lives are set up, and rightfully so, guys. So yes, we got Dallas says he broke the Jackson news. Well, honestly, that news broke my heart, and I really wanted to basically see a lot of people and what people have to say for that situation already. Yeah, everybody on here pretty much knows William Jackson is going to the Washington football team. Absolutely bummer, but that's kind of where we're at right now. Guys, that is all I got for this episode. Thank you so very much for being on here on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon where we're talking some Arizona Cardinals. Have a great rest of your day. We will be back tomorrow. So definitely go ahead and make sure you have your post notification bell on. Don't forget to smash the like button on this video. It helps out the channel grow, helps out a lot of people that didn't know that this channel existed. somehow helps out the YouTube algorithm, guys. So definitely do me that one big favor. Have a great rest of your day. And that is all I got, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Give you a quick dab real quick, just because we topped out 215 people here wanting to talk some Arizona Cardinals, guys. That's all I got for this episode. Thank you so very much for being here, and I'm out. Thank you.